So this is just, obviously we know what this looks like. I don't know how many of you guys, I work my own business. I easily find myself in this position where I allow myself to get in this place of overstressed, overworking too much. How does that affect our body? How does that affect our mood? How does that show up in our relationships? At any rate, we get caught. We're in a place today in our world where we have to instant answer texts, instant answer phone calls, instant on everything, right? So how does that show up? So, effects that stress has on the body. A lot of us, we know, we have our personal experience with it. So basically, headaches, feeling of despair, lack of energy, sadness, nervousness, anger, irritability, heart palpitations, anxiety, stomach, nausea, stomach aches. I want to hone in on this. Heartburn, headaches, decreased appetite, pancreas, diabetes, diarrhea, constipation, other digestive problems. For women that are trying to that get pregnant, they're trying so hard to get pregnant, they don't get pregnant. Finally, once they stop trying, they get pregnant, right? Any questions about that? Okay. Okay. So I'm going to just go ahead and touch on this. I think this is one of the most important areas of this. So a lot of people don't realize how stress affects it. How do we stress? So right here is, I'm going to break it just real simple. We talked about, so autonomic nervous system comes from our brain. Basically the central nervous system, everything in our brain and our spine. Over here is peripheral. Everything out here basically sends it to our body. We feel it basically. Okay, basically sensory. Autonomic means it basically does it for us, automatic. Okay, so basically what I want to bring it down to is I talked about this last night with our food. Sympathetic and parasympathetic. Rest and digest, fight or flight. Okay. When we're in fight or flight, we cannot be in rest and digest. It's either or. So this means when we're exercising, we cannot be in rest and digest, right? When we're stressed and emotionally stressed or constantly in the racket in our brain, we cannot be in rest and digest. So when our heart is pumping, our peristalsis ceased. Our peristalsis is a muscle within our digestive tract. Basically, it paralyzes it. So people wonder why their metabolism is slowing down. Well, some people go, well, I exercise, I don't know why I'm losing weight. There's a fine line with doing too much. In our society, sometimes we do too much. And sometimes that looks like we're working too much. And how's that affecting your brain? Do you meditate? Are we relaxing it? Are we finding that fine line? So, and I can go over each one of these when our, increased heart rate or dilation of our pupils. Basically when our peristalsis slows down, it decreases. So this increases peristaltic action and basically contracts muscles. So you can see how it switches up. It's the opposite of the one another. So this is this next slide is the HPA that I was talking about. So this is the hypothalamus, which is the conductor. Okay, so this is what conducts our moods, regulates our metabolism. Okay, so this is our pituitary gland. This is our cortisol. And this is our adrenal gland. And this puts insulin into our bloodstream, which makes us gain fatty acids, adipose tissue, or gains fat, and also affects our immune system. So When we have corticotrophic release hormone or adrenocorticotrophic hormone, one is chronic wear and tear, like the brakes, and one is instant. Both of them end up here. This right here affects here, but most of all here.
So this question,
Yes,
how does somebody build up their immune system if they have like a really weak immune system?
we're gonna get there.
Okay.
We're gonna get into the solution. I promise. So remember that vagus nerve that I talked about? This is it. There's a bi-signaling synapse from our gut to our brain. So there's enteroendocrine glands in our stomach that come from basically here all the way to here. So you can see over here is altered microbiota, right? Which affects our immune system, cytokines, our depression, our mood, and basically what I was just going over, our metabolism. And actually they're saying today that we are actually hosts of our bacteria. So there's more bacteria than there is cells in our body. This is this is my thing. So it's very, very interesting. I'm going to show you this next slide, and then we'll get into the solution here. So they've taken 2 mice. One is basically altered and one is not. Both of them have a high-fat diet. This is taken from a study. So basically, one, you can see has, in a nutshell, has insulin resistance, has intestinal permeability, has all the things, and basically ends up obese. This one right here has no, very slight, if you read the journal, basically it has very slight weight gain. Okay? Then they did a fecal matter implant into this mice. So this will show how important the microbiota is. So some people has nothing to do with their effort. Has everything to do with their bacteria. They implanted the fecal matter of the unhealthy bacteria. The mouse on the same diet, the mouse then became obese. This is how important our healthy bacteria is and our microbiota.
Is that what probiotics help with?
Yes, probiotics, but more has to do with stress.
Right.
So we're learning that diet has about 30% to do with it, about 50% to do with stress, and we're going to get there.